This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV. We're here at the North Shipping 2019 in Oslo, Norway, and we're very pleased to be joined by Johan Inden of Volvo Penta. Johan, thank you first and foremost for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. So Johan, just to start off, can you give your title and area of responsibility?
Yes, my name is Johan Inden. I'm the president for Region Europe at Volvo Penta, and I'm also the head of our marine segment, as we call it, so coordinating all our global activities within marine for Volvo Penta.
Okay. Well, Johan, obviously I'm intimately familiar with Volvo Penta as of recently because you just had some product launch and some demos down at your world or your global R&D headquarters. Specifically here at North Shipping 2019, what are you talking about?
Okay, so you met us at Crossholmen where we launched the new D4, D6 range, both towards the marine commercial market as well as marine leisure. And now here at North Shipping we're following up with an upgrade of our D8 engine, so next in size in the family, with a new rating for marine commercial. We're also launching the new IMO after-treatment system for the D8. So far we launched it 2 years ago here at North Shipping for the D13 engine, and now it will be available also on the D8. And then of course we're talking about our visions for the future and a bit of electromobility, but that's the launch of the D8, including the IMO after-treatment and an upgrade to our D16 marine gensets. That's what's happening here this year.
Okay. What really struck me with some of the presentations the other day was the commitment to sustainability, to the environment. Obviously you're seeing that across the maritime sector right now, but just with that as a backdrop, why don't you talk a little bit about the drivers? Obviously you're an innovative company. Obviously you have the Volvo name behind you.
Right.
But why don't we just discuss a bit about what you see as the drivers for product development in the commercial maritime space?
Excellent. And I'll start out on the Volvo Group as you asked, right? So for Volvo Group we see, and Volvo Group develops trucks, construction equipment, buses, and of course with Volvo Penta, marine propulsion as well. And what we see as a big driver, macro driver, is all the cities are getting more densely populated. Most of the cities in the world are having waterways in the city, and many cities, over 50 cities, have now subscribed to the Paris Agreement of having CO2 neutrality in their plan for the future. With that comes significant investments in their logistics systems. So we're working with several cities, and including Gothenburg, where we're from, looking at how do we build a multimodal transport system of electric platforms. So electric buses, electric refuse trucks, electric distribution trucks, and then of course electric waterways with Volvo Penta's electric propulsion system. So that's kind of the big driver, I would say, that the cities are looking at their long-term infrastructure and starting to make investments towards that. And of course we're following that very curiously, and we're trying to lead that on the marine side from Volvo Penta.
Okay, well, it was particularly telling because we rode over to the R&D center in a Volvo Penta electric bus.
Exactly.
And I was truly impressed with the pickup of that at highway speeds. So if you could classify the investment in technology for the commercial marine market, how would you classify your commitment to that today?
Right, I would classify it as significant and a growing portion of our R&D that goes towards that. And I think it's important, we speak about electrification as we did, but there are many different ways of getting more sustainable and investing towards the future. It's everything from the fact that all our marine engines are classified for HVO, so synthetic diesel. You can reduce your CO2 footprint by 90% approximately, pending the source of the HVO, just by fueling a different fuel. And then of course we're going through the IMO legislation, the after-treatment system, and then all the way to electrification. And I think it's important to work like that. We're investing in several different technologies to build a platform which is long-term and which is there already today. So you can start making a difference from now.
Okay. As you know, maritime markets are highly cyclical. There are ups and downs. You're starting to see, I always jokingly say that 10, 15 years ago, being green was nothing more than a marketing slogan,
Right.
whereas today it's both regulatory mandate and you see some true industry leaders coming out and, as we say, take the bull by the horns.
Exactly.
So when you look at the market today from the commercial aspect, where do you see opportunities?
We see, when we go towards electrification, there is a kind of an equation of being predictable, being able to equate the amount of energy that you're storing and working in a kind of a close proximity to charging infrastructure, etc. And that translates pretty quickly to waterway transportation in bigger cities, whether it might be goods, whether it might be passengers, etc. So the segment we see moving forward, that's the highest pace for full electrification, is passenger transportation on city waterways. And then when you go to hybridization, you open up a wider business case where you combine, so to say, a propulsion system with an electric system. And then, of course, you open up a multitude of different applications. But if I take that one, it's the in-city transportation I would pick.
Okay. Well, Johan, this is a busy event. You're always gracious with your time. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. This is Greg Trautwein with Maritime Reporter TV.